Welcome to the reorganization of the Hainesport Township Committee. This meeting is called pursuant to the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Law. This meeting of January 2nd, 2018 was included in a meeting notice sent to the Burlington County Times and Courier Post on January 10, 2017, and advertised in said newspapers on January 12, 2017, respectively posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building on January 10, 2017, and has remained continuously posted as required under the statute. In addition, a copy of this notice is and has been available to the public and is on file in the office of the municipal clerk. Next, we'll have the flag salute. Please stand. The Pledge of Allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, the newly elected officials will be sworn in. The first to be sworn in is Ted Costa by attorney Nick Costa. Please come forward. And once sworn in, you may take your seat at the dais.
And if I can get my two sons here, Betty, come on up. And Joey. All right. And Joey came up from school. I told him to get a haircut, but you know, kids. And my mother, of course. Come on. Okay, now.
You don't have it prepared up? I'll just do it.
You
I
can
know it. Raise your right hand.
Okay, what's the other one?
Yeah, the other right hand. Oh, good. I, your name.
I, Ted Costa.
By the way, this is one of the most joyous and satisfying reorganizations I've ever been at, because it's my baby brother. You can count on him. Township of Hainesport can count on him. I, your name.
I, Ted Costa.
Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey.
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments
and to the governments
established in the United States
established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people,
That I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all of the duties
perform all of the duties
of the office of Hainesport Township Committee member,
of the office of Hainesport Township Committee member
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Bravo.
Thank you very much.
Buona fortuna.
Means good luck.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you.
Okay. Next to be sworn in is Lee Schneider by attorney Kristen Gock. Please come forward. And also, once you're sworn in, you can take your seat at the dais.
I, Lee Schneider,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments
and to the governments
established in the United States
established in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of the office of
the Hainesport Township Committee member
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God. Thank you. Congratulations.
Okay, next we'll have roll call.
Mr. Costa,
I'm here.
Ms. Schneider,
Here.
Mr. Fitzpatrick,
Here.
Mrs. Gilmore,
Yes.
Mr. Mashaki,
Here.
Next, we have Resolution 2018-1-1, appointing Frank Mashaki as Chairman and Mayor of the Hainesport Township Committee for 2018. Is there a motion to approve this resolution?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Mr. Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Mrs. Gilmore,
Yes.
Mr. Costa,
Yes.
Ms. Schneider,
Yes.
Mayor, Mr. Mashaki.
Yes.
Okay, Committeeman Mashaki, please come forward for your oath of office. I, Frank Mashaki,
I, Frank Mashaki,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey.
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of the office
all the duties of the office
of Hainesport Township Mayor, Chairman of Township Committee,
of Hainesport Township Mayor, Chairman of the Township Committee,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Mayor Mashaki, will you take the meeting over at this point, please?
Thank you. And our next resolution, 2018-2-1, is to appoint deputy mayor and vice chairman of the township committee, Leland Gilmore. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
I second that.
Mr. Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Ms. Schneider,
Yes.
Mr. Costa,
Yes.
Mrs. Gilmore,
Yes.
Mayor Mashaki.
Yes. All right, resolution 2018.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Mrs. Gilmore, if you can come down, we'll administer the oath of office. I, Leila Gilmore,
I, Leland Gilmore,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the
of the
Constitution
United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments
and to the governments
established in the United States
established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties
all the duties
of the office of Hainesport Township Deputy Mayor,
of the office of Hainesport Township Deputy Mayor,
Vice Chairman of Township Committee,
Vice Chairman of Township Committee,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
All right, so now we're at resolution 2018-3-1, which is to appoint liaison and deputy committee persons. The public safety liaison, Mike Patrick, public safety deputy, Lee Schneider, construction code enforcement liaison, Ted Costa, construction code enforcement deputy, Lee Schneider, administration liaison, Frank Bishoppi, administration deputy, Leah Gilmore, finance liaison, Frank Bishoppi, deputy, finance deputy, Leah Gilmore, public works liaison, Leah Gilmore, public works deputy, Lee Schneider, economic development liaison, Leah Gilmore, and economic development deputy, Frank Bishoppi, Hainesport Education Foundation liaison, Michael Fitzpatrick. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Mr. Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Mrs. Gilmore?
Yes.
Mr. Costa?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Mayor Mashaki?
Yes. And resolution 2018-4-1, appointing liaison committee person for the Senior Citizens Club, Ted Costa. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Mrs. Gilmore?
Yes.
Mr. Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Mr. Costa?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Mayor Mashaki?
Yes. Next part of the agenda is the consent agenda resolution. The items listed that we'll identify shortly are considered routine by the Township of Hainesport and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no formal discussion of these items. If discussion is desired, this item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separate. Those items are resolution 2018-5-1, adopting the committee dates. 2018-6-1, naming official newspaper. 2018-7-1, establishing township holiday. 2018-8-1, authorization of committee before encumbering expenses. 2018-9-1, CFO notification of all appointments which obligate township to expend funds. 2018-10-1, the cash management plan. 2018-11-1, fixing rate, interest charges on delinquent taxes and miscellaneous charges. 2018-12-1, authorizing the assessor to file appeals with the Burlington County Board of Taxation. 2018-13-1, authorizing the tax assessor to handle rollback assessment matter on behalf of the township. 2018-14-1, which is the depository of funds. 2018-15-1, establish the CFO $250 cash fund. 2018-16-1, authorized check signers. 2018-17-1, authorizing state contract and county contract purchases. 2018-18-1, designate the primary care physician for employees. 2018-19-1, authorizing tax sale and delinquent installment payments for special sewage assessments. 20-1, authorizing tax collector to refund or apply credits for taxes. 21-1, authorizing tax collector to mail those for tax sales. And 22-1, closing municipal complex vehicle assessment dates. Is there a motion?
So moved. I'll second.
Mr. Costa?
Yes.
Mrs. Gilmore?
Yes.
Mr. Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder? Yes. Mayor Mashaki?
Yes. That brings us to part 7, which is the appointment resolutions. 2018-23-1, the appointment of township planner for Reagan Design Group. Is there a motion?
Yes. So moved.
I'll second.
Mr. Costa?
Yes.
Mrs. Gilmore?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Mayor Mashaki?
Yes. 2018-24-1, the appointment of township solicitor John C. Gillespie Esquire.
I'll move for that appointment.
I'll second.
Mr. Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Mrs. Gilmore?
Yes.
Mr. Costa?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Mayor Mashaki?
Yes. And John can step forward and take his original seat if you like. That takes us to 2018-25-1, the appointment of the Township Bond Council, Cape Park, Saskatchewan.
So moved.
Second.
Mrs. Gilmore?
Yes.
Mr. Costa?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Mayor Mashaki?
Yes. 2018-16-1, the appointment of the Township Auditor, Bowman and Company. Is there a motion?
Yes.
Second.
Mr. Costa?
Yes.
Mrs. Gilmore?
Yes.
Mr. Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Mayor Mashaki?
Yes. Resolution 2018-27-1, appointment of Township Engineer, the Alamo Group. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Mr. Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Mrs. Gilmore?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Costa?
Yes.
Mayor Mashaki?
Yes. 2018-28-1, the appointment of council on affordable housing special council.
If I can go back for just a moment, please. Did we go on the matter of 27-1 yet?
Yes.
We just did that.
Yeah. Let me add a statement here. I have to retract my yes. I'll tell you why. First of all, Alamo's been here for some 25 years. I must say I have the utmost confidence in their abilities to continue the job. In fact, I've been in their offices personally, and they have a heck of an archive. They have an archive for this town of every single street. If you want to know where a manhole is or a certain connection under the road, it's just a great resource to have. Better than the county or the state of New Jersey. However, I have to abstain from the Alamo vote, only because politics being what it is. I've been criticized because a PAC group that donated money to my campaign apparently had taken donations from the Alamo group. And therefore, although there's no direct conflict, I must therefore abstain. And I want to put it on the record that otherwise I would have voted for the Alamo group and continued the great things they have done. But this year I have to abstain. Mr. Mayor, with that note to the record, I ask that if I vote be clarified.
So clarify.
Thank you.
That takes us to resolution 2018-28-1, appointment of council on affordable housing special council, Cape Park, Saskatchewan. Is there a motion?
Make that motion.
I'll second that.
Okay.
Wait.
Ms. Mashaki? Ms. That's not your name.
Oh, it's her
What? Snyder. Wow, I'm sorry. Mr. Mashaki, Mr.
Fitzpatrick.
I apologize for that.
That's all right.
Mr. Costa?
Yes.
Mrs. Sharp? Mrs.
Gilmore?
Gilmore? I'm blowing it.
That's all right, that's all right.
Mayor Mashaki?
Yes. It's a new lineup, so you're gonna get.
Yes, thank you.
James, you can't tell the players right out of school. That takes us to 2018-29-1, appointment of risk management consultant, that would be TC Irons Agency. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Mr. Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Mrs. Gilmore?
Yes.
Mr. Costa?
Yes.
Ms. Schneider?
Yes.
Mayor Mashaki? Mayor?
You got it right. Yes, Andrew, yes.
Thank you.
Resolution 2018-30-1, appointment of employment practices liability attorney, Armando Riccio Esquire. Is there a motion?
Yes.
I'll second that.
Mr. Costa?
Yes.
Mr. Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
They're helping me. Ms. Schneider?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Mashaki?
Yes.
Thank you.
Resolution 2018-31-1, appointment of conflict counsel, Cape Park, Saskatchewan. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Mrs. Gilmore?
Yes.
Mr. Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Ms. Schneider?
Yes.
Mr.
Yes.
Costa?
Yes.
Mayor Mashaki?
Yes. (2018-32-1), awarding a contract for animal control, New Jersey Animal Control Services LLC. Is there a motion for that resolution?
So moved.
Second that.
Mrs. Gilmore,
Yes.
Miss Schneider,
Yes.
Mr. Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Mr. Costa,
Yes.
Mr. Mashaki.
Yes. Resolution 2018-33-1, awarding a 2-year contract for computer services to Networks Plus LLC. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second that.
Did you second?
Yeah.
Okay. Ms. Gilmore,
Yes.
Ms. Schneider,
Yes.
Mr. Costa,
Yes.
Mr. Fitzpatrick,
I'm going to recuse myself from that one, please.
Mayor Mashaki.
Yes. Resolution 2018-34-1, appointments to the Joint Land Use Board, Class 1 through 4, and alternate members. Class 1, 1-year term expiring on 12/31/2018, Frank Mashaki. Class 2, 1-year term expiring 12/31/2018, Paul Cosco. Class 3, 1-year term expiring 12/31/2018, Leila Gilmore. Class 4, 4-year term expiring 12/31/21, Irene Baggio. Class 4, 4-year term expiring 12/31/2019, this is filling the vacancy, Jill Tyndale. Class 4 alternate, first alternate, 2-year term expiring 12/31/2019, Bruce Levinson. Class 4 alternate number 2, also a 2-year term expiring 12/31/2019, Tristan Silk. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Mrs. Gilmore,
Yes.
Mr. Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Ms. Schneider,
Yes.
Mr. Costa,
Yes.
Mayor Mashaki.
Yes. 2018-35-1, appointment to the Environmental Commission is a 3-year term expiring 12/31/2020, Merrily Torres. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Second that.
Mr. Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Ms. Schneider,
Yes.
Mr. Costa,
Yes.
Mrs. Gilmore,
Yes.
Mayor Mashaki.
Yes. Resolution 2018-36-1, appointment to the Recreation Commission. It's a 3-year term expiring 12/31/2020, Donna Casey.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Mr. Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Mrs. Gilmore,
Yes.
Ms. Schneider,
Yes.
Mr. Costa,
Yes.
Mayor Mashaki.
Yes. Resolution 2018-37-1, appoint Joint Insurance Fund Commissioner Paula Cosco, alternate Fund Commissioner Donna Kilborn, Claims Coordinator Donna Kilborn, Safety Coordinator Paula Cosco. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Who seconded?
You.
Yeah. Mr. Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Mrs. Gilmore,
Yes.
Ms. Schneider,
Yes.
Mr. Costa,
Yes.
Mayor Mashaki.
Yes. Resolution 2018-38-1, resolution appointing a public agency compliance officer, Paula Cosco.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Mr. Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Mrs. Gilmore,
Yes.
Ms. Schneider,
Yes.
Mr. Costa,
Yes.
Mayor Mashaki.
Yes. And resolution 2018-39-1, a resolution appointing a deputy clerk, Tara Wicker.
I'll make that one as well.
Mr. Fitzpatrick,
Yes. Well, wait, need a second.
oh, I'm sorry,
Second.
Leila.
Leila, Mrs. Gilmore,
Yes.
Ms. Schneider,
Yes.
Mr. Costa,
Yes.
Mayor Mashaki.
Yes. That brings us to the public participation portion of tonight's meeting. Anyone who wishes to address the committee may, please keep in mind there is a 5-minute time limit. And I see a hand, I believe that's Anna Evans. I can't see completely, Anna, so I'm just taking a guess, was you? What do you, come on. So, podium's over to my right for tonight first.
Hello, Anna Evans, 63 Parry Drive. Firstly, I'd like to congratulate Ted and Lee, and also Frank and Leila on becoming Mayor and Deputy Mayor. But I do want to clear up a small problem, I think, with Ted's abstention here. So I think he made it sound like he had no idea what that Alemo had given money to the PAC, which I think is called Charter America, I think. And it was just a random surprise that Charter America then gave Lee and Ted the $7,000. But Ted, aren't you the chairman of Charter America?
No, I'm not, and I've abstained from the vote by that.
Right, but you do have something to do with Charter America.
I know.
Like, you made it sound like you had nothing to do with the PAC, and the PAC is actually, you were there at the inception of the PAC, and whether you may or may not still be the chairman, you're very involved with that PAC, so the idea that you wouldn't know that Alemo had given Charter America the money just seemed a little disingenuous to me.
I gather you're disappointed that I abstained. Well, see, the way it works...
No, I'd just like you to be honest with Hainesport, because it didn't sound very honest the way that it was explained.
I'm going to refer to our attorney.
You know, this is, and we had this discussion before, Ms. Evans, this is public comment. This is not public cross-examination of members of the governing body, of staff, and folks like that. So, again, as always, if you care to offer a comment about what you think may or may not be the case, I don't know the facts, you're free to do that. You're free to ask questions, but committee members, you know, generally, don't have to respond. It's public comment, not public question and answer period. And two, most respectfully, it certainly isn't public cross-examination period, okay?
Understood. In that case, I just want to make it very clear that Ted Costa is involved with Charter America Inc., the super PAC that Alemo used to pass money to the Costa and Shire campaign. I'd also like to add that I think this is further grounds for Hainesport to consider introducing a pay-to-play ordinance, because I think we need to get this money out of our political system to make it more fair and to remove any idea that there's a conflict of interest, because it certainly looks like there's a conflict of interest when you have two committee members voting or abstaining to vote in a very interesting show after they have been the recipient of $7,000 from the company in question. That's it, thank you.
Anyone else? Is that your hand or are you taking pictures? Please.
My name is Louis Lopez. I'm a Mahali resident in Mahali Township. And I got a couple of questions on your agenda item, if I can ask. For agenda 2018-15-1, the pay tax, what's the maximum?
That is the maximum.
Oh, that's the maximum?
Yes.
And who is the current CFO for Hainesport Township?
It's Don Emmons Giuliano.
And Rachel Orlando, that's the one in Mount Holly, right?
Correct.
Okay. And my last question is, for 2018 35-1, I heard that name before. Who is her? I mean, like, the appointment to Environment Committee.
Are you asking who Marilyn Torres is?
Yeah, I heard that name before.
She's on the committee.
Oh, just a resident of Hainesport, right?
Yes.
And I want to thank Lee Snyder and Ted Costello for being the new member of Hainesport. They will help. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura.
You're welcome. Anyone else? Going once, twice? Okay. That takes us to comments from the committee. I'll just start with my screen right there.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
First.
All right. First I want to thank everyone for coming, and second, everyone that helped out in my campaign. And if you didn't help out in my campaign, I ask you to join us in making Hainesport a greater place. It's a great town, and I've been here now for 20 years, and I've come to love the town and its people. You know, we've got a few distinguished guests here, and I suppose I'd be lax if I didn't introduce most of everyone here, which is my mother, that's Senator Catherine A. Costa. Stand up, Mom. Kathy was a senator in New Jersey for a few years, and before that in the Assembly, and before that she was a freeholder for, I think, 13 years. 12 years, okay. And she's a fixture in Burlington County politics for many years. I can't tell you how many times I went around campaigning, and people would say, "Aren't you Kathy Costa's son?" They asked me how she's doing, and I, of course, tell her that she's doing great, and she's only 39 again. Is that your age, Mom? That's her age. And thank you for coming. And you see my brother, by the way, Nick Costa is back here. Stand up, Nick. He's a great guy, and you know, as a lawyer, he's a lawyer too, obviously. I've learned so much from Nick, and it's wonderful to have had the benefit of having a big brother. And 2 of my 3 kids are here. As I said, the one who didn't get the haircut, just stand up.
Stand up, what the heck?
Stand up. An important addition to my life is my wife, Lena. Come on, stand up, Lena. Lena's my Lithuanian princess. So anyway, I prepared a couple of New Year's resolutions, if you'll indulge me, and I'll tell you what they are. Resolution number 1, respect the taxpayer. I think every politician should do that. We've got too many politicians who look upon taxpayers as ATM machines. You pay the money, we spend it. Well, that's not the kind of attitude I want to have, and that's my number 1 priority. You know, I got to kind of look at it like this. For every dollar we tax residents of the town or anywhere, I think it deprives them of their liberty. Because that dollar could be used for their kids' tuitions, their food, their vacations, etc. So, you know, they have their national tax thing that keeps advancing. How many months of the year we pay taxes before we keep the money? Well, I think it's terrible. So you really got to, I treat that money as sacred, really. Number 2, don't hide behind tax rates. How many times have we heard politicians say, "Oh, the tax rate hasn't increased," but meanwhile their assessments increased, and so they get an automatic, insidious tax increase, whether they increase the tax rate or not. And that's happened all over the state, and that's something we have to watch for. So if the assessments go up, maybe we should bring the tax rates down, and I intend to keep an eye on that. Now, by the way, I did here over 20 years. I looked at my tax bill, and yours as well is the same, because I know my taxes have gone up almost double, in a little over 20 years. And I know that our incomes have not gone up double. They've gone up negligible, according to statistics. As a sad state of America today, we're now paying so much money in local taxes, that's county and school and local here municipal taxes. And I think we have to keep a real watchful eye on our tax rates to avoid it creeping up like that continually. Because it's getting to be a lot of people can't afford their homes. Number 3, I love this one, trust competition. I feel that if we have our vendors compete better, that we can keep the cost down. And my number one goal to introduce competition to the town is to take a look at alternative health plans. Because under present guidelines, we're paying something like for a family plan over $33,000 for our employees. And I think if we bring competition in, we can get that substantially reduced. I've already talked to people about doing that, insurance people, and that's one of the things in my priorities. Number 4, I'm almost done. Preserve our neighborhoods the best we can. There are people in the state that want to bring into our town. We have to be watchful about that too. Many of these developers make millions of dollars putting up low-income housing and getting tax credits. So that's one of my pet peeves as well. And finally, don't trust the state of New Jersey. Keep in mind that when they wanted the income tax back in the 70s, right? We had no income tax back then. They brought it in and they said that it's going to reduce your property taxes. Don't worry, every penny is going to be dedicated to property tax reduction. Well, guess what? It didn't happen that way. Now we got stuck with the highest property taxes and the highest income taxes in the state. So never trust the state. Be careful about anytime they say they're going to protect us. And finally, I guess you can, you don't want to think about anything what I just said. You can throw it all out and just follow the golden rule. And the golden rule is thou shalt treat others as you would have them treat you. And we just follow that rule. We'll think about how it is to be fair to taxpayers, to residents, and so that we can live a great life in a prosperous way. Thank you very much.
I just want to thank everybody for coming out in this cold weather, and I promise to continue to do my best for the township.
Yes, it's an honor to be up here serving my neighbors of Hainesport, and I definitely want to thank my sister. She ran in 2 elections before me, 2015 and 2016, and we ran on very similar platforms. So she helped pave the way for me, so I want to give credit where it's deserved. So thank you, Natalie. And she's my rock. And I also want to wish everyone a Happy New Year, and thank you for coming out tonight.
Mike? First, I'd like to congratulate Ted and Lee for winning the election and being up here with us and hopefully continuing in the right direction we have been going. I'd like to congratulate Frank on his position and appointment, as well as Gilmore on their appointment. I think I'd be amiss if I didn't, being that we have such a crowd here. Mick, do you want to stand up? Being that we have such a crowd here this evening,
Stand up, Mick.
I think that there's something that playing off what Mr. Costa said tonight. Our employees here within the town, I have the utmost respect for. I think our employees are, and I've had the opportunity of working in other towns as well, where I also work with good employees, so I better watch what I say there. But we have very good employees here, and I'm very familiar with the health benefit plan, which you probably know by now whenever you go over just been hanging out there. But that being said, the idea of saving money by taking away our employees' benefits has to be seriously considered, because that really is not a good idea. It's been tried in other towns, it has not succeeded, and I don't want to see us be penny wise and dollar short, or however the saying goes, and hurting our best asset, which is our employees. So I want to make sure that, for the record, that if you do take a look at that, you take a hard look, and you look at it over the past years, because there are other towns that are doing it and are now scrambling to get back into the system where they are now, and they can't because of the moves that they've made. So please be careful what you wish for as long as those lines go.
I'll be careful, Mike.
Yeah, just please make sure you do all your investigating, because first off, I don't want to hurt our employees, and secondly, it really doesn't save money in the long run. So I'm sure you'll look into that. On behalf of our previous committee, and you talk about taxes, we did actually lower our tax rate. Now, you might not know that by looking at your tax bill, because let's face it, there's a school and county and taxes along those lines actually go up tremendously each year. I think last year we dropped it a few percentage points. So I'd like to see us continue in that direction, of course. But the tax rate that we have here within our building for these services that are offered is fair, and it's it is school and others that we really have to keep an eye on, which unfortunately we don't have much control over. So not to put a damper on things, but just wanted to bring out the facts and protect our employees, because they are a great asset. Thank you.
I guess it's my turn. Well, first off, I'm honored to have the opportunity to serve as mayor this night. I'm especially honored to have been sworn in by Paula with the assistance of my lovely wife, who's sitting there in the second row, who, if you ever see an act of kindness come from me, you can thank her. But I want to welcome Lee and Ted to the committee. I think we have a fine committee here. It's one of the more committees that you'll come across. Having said that, you know, it is my pledge as mayor to avoid and shut down, if I can, any revanchist attempt to rerun, relitigate, or repoliticize past election. We have a committee here that is a cross section, I believe, of this town. It is my desire to reach across party lines to bring people in from the Democratic Party, and any other party for that matter, that has the best interest of Hainesport at heart. We can get up here and promise all kinds of things, and I'm sure everyone means what they say. But the fact of the matter is, unless we work together, putting aside party differences and realizing the town is this small, that we're all friends, and friends help one another. And that's what we should do for the benefit of this town. That's my goal. And I may come across sweetly as I put across the table, or I may come across harshly as I put across the table. That is my goal. And I hope that I can keep that promise over the next 12 months and get this town moving forward in the way that we'd all be proud of. Having said that, Happy New Year, everyone. I am going to entertain a motion to adjourn, because there is our regular meeting which follows right after that, 10 or 15 minutes after that. So, is there a motion to adjourn our meeting and reconvene at what time do you think? We'll say 15 minutes, is that 8 o'clock? Reconvene at 8 o'clock. We have a motion, is there a second? Second.
Mr. Costa?
Yes.
Mr. Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Mrs. Gilmore?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Mayor Mashaki?
Yes. You can stick around, we'll be back in 15 minutes for our regular meeting. All right, this brings us to the regular portion of our meeting. This meeting is called pursuant to the provisions of the Open Public Meeting Law. This meeting of January 2nd, 2018 was concluded in a meeting notice sent to the Burlington County Times and the Courier Post on January 10th, 2017, and advertised in said newspapers on January 12th, 2017, respectively posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building on January 10th of 2017, and has remained continuously posted as required under the statute. In addition, a copy of this notice is and has been available to the public and is on file in the office of the municipal clerk. Municipal clerk. And the meeting is now called to order. Let's stand for the flag salute.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mr. Costa?
Here.
Mrs. Gilmore?
Here.
Ms. Schneider?
Here.
Mr. Fitzpatrick?
Still here.
Mayor Mashaki?
Yes. Minutes. Approval of the regular committee meetings of the committee minutes of December 12th, 2017. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
I'll second that.
Mrs. Gilmore?
Yes.
Mr. Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Mr. Costa?
I wasn't here, so I have to abstain.
Ms. Snyder? Mayor Mashaki?
Yes. The approval of the executive session minutes of December 12th, 2017. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Mrs. Gilmore?
Yes.
Mr. Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Mr. Costa?
Let's see, I was here, and I did read the minutes, so I'm going to approve them.
Ms. Snyder?
Abstain.
Mr. Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Mayor Mashaki?
Yes. Resolutions. The first resolution is Resolution 2018-40-1, establishing the 2018 temporary budget. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Mrs. Gilmore?
Yes.
Mr. Costa?
Yes.
Ms. Schneider?
Yes.
Mr. Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Mayor Mashaki?
Yes. Resolution 2018-41-1, Governor's Council on Alcoholism and Drug Abuse Fiscal Grant for the cycle July 2014 through June 2019. Is there a motion?
Make that motion?
Second.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Mrs. Gilmore?
Yes.
Mr. Costa?
Yes.
Mr. Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Mayor Mashaki?
Yes. Resolution 2018-42-1, authorizing an agreement with Electronic Recyclers International, Inc. for e-waste collection and recycling. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second that?
Mrs. Gilmore?
Yes.
Ms. Schneider?
Yes.
Mr. Costa?
Yes.
Mr. Fitzpatrick?
Yes. Excuse me,
Mayor
yes.
Mashaki?
Yes. Resolution 2018-43-1, appointing the qualified purchasing agent Kathleen Hoffman. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second that?
Mrs. Gilmore?
Yes.
Ms. Schneider?
Yes.
Mr. Costa?
Yes.
Mr. Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Mayor Mashaki?
Yes. All right, comments from the public with regard to the regular meeting. I see a hand.
Catherine McNellis, 407 Bishop Avenue, Hainesport. I'd just like to remind everybody that on your brochures, when you were running, these four individuals here all said that they were going to do away with medical benefits for any part-time officials, which I think it's time to do something about it. You can save $32,000 this year, and maybe you could put that money towards the recording equipment that you said you were going to televise all our meetings. It would really be nice. So, and also, I did not hear anybody say anything about taking benefits away from full-time employees. So that was kind of a dumb comment. And Leila, I would like to thank you for all your coverage for our ladies in the senior citizen, because you kept us up to date. Nobody ever bothered to tell anybody in there anything. This gave other seniors the knowledge that there was a senior citizen club, and they might just come over and join. So we really do appreciate that. I hope that Ted does as good a job. Thank you.
Still come?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Please invite me. Anyone else? Is that a hand or a Karen?
Yeah.
All right, come on up.
Hello, this is located from Mount Holly. The resolution 2018-43-1. She's used to be a ex-administration to East Hampton, or that's the wrong person? It had the same name.
I think it's the same person.
He used to be the ex-township to Mount Holly Township several years ago.
Yes.
Oh, wow. I know her, And I want to thank everyone. If anyone a hard copy of it, you could welcome you to contact me and I'll send you a hard copy of this meeting unedited. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Any other public comments? Seeing no other hands, we'll move to comments from the administrator. Paula?
Just want to congratulate the new elected officials, and I look forward to working with both of you, all of you as a governing body in the upcoming year.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Comments from our solicitor. John?
I wrote that, and Paula read it. So I congratulate all of you, and I thank you very much for allowing me to sit in this seat again this year. I really look forward to 2018. Thanks so much.
Thank you, John. Look forward to it as well. Comments from the committee. Any additional comments from our members? Anyone else?
Again, it's an honor to be up here, everyone, to serve Hainesport, and thank you for coming out tonight and Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year to all.
Okay. Happy New Year, everyone. And that takes us to our bill list. Is there a motion to pay the bills?
So moved.
Is there a second? Second.
Mrs. Gilmore?
Yes.
Mr. Costa?
Yes.
Ms. Schneider?
Yes.
Mr. Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Mayor Mashaki?
Yes. All right. Is there a motion to adjourn? At the point of the evening where we can adjourn, so is there a motion to adjourn? I'll make that motion.
Mr. Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Ms. Schneider?
Yes.
Mr. Costa?
Yes.
Mrs. Gilmore?
Yes.
Mayor Mashaki?
Yes. Thank you all for coming. Look forward to working with everyone next year. Or this year.
Yeah.
I'm taking a year off.
You're welcome.
That worked out fine.
Not working right tonight.
Added some good levity.